my many years as a professional driver, both racing driver and motoring journalist, I must have driven every make of car that there is. Some were so awful that I couldn't wait to get out of them. Others so enjoyable that someone had to prise the keys out of my hand. Imagine then how pleased I was when I learned that the overriding goal that Nissan had in mind when they redesigned the Primera was to create a stylish, sleek-looking car that was a really enjoyable driving experience. In essence, a driver's car. As you can see from this lineup, the competition is every bit as tough as in the motorsport world, so it had to be good. And here's the result, the new Nissan Primera. The stylish look set it apart, but does it live up to the high expectations set for it by Nissan? Is it a true driver's car? Well, Nissan was so confident that they decided to put it to the test against the competition. And to do this, they turned to the highly respected German testing institute RWTUV, or TÜV as they're commonly known. Although it may not mean much to many people, TÜV is an independent organisation with a consumer voice that in Germany and Europe is the equivalent of which, our own Consumers Association. It's recognised the world over, and TÜV is fiercely proud of its impeccable reputation. It has 130 years' experience in engine and vehicle testing, covering areas like exhaust emissions, vehicle type approval, vehicle safety and driving tests. The technical services offered by their testing laboratories are accredited under European law and acknowledged as such throughout the world. Their own vehicle testing facilities can subject any vehicle to the most comprehensive and rigorous of examinations. In fact, everything that you see and hear in this video has been checked and verified by TÜV to ensure that we don't say or show anything that is not a true reflection of their test results. 3 of the cars which the Primera was pitted against might be considered as direct competitors. The Opel Vectra 2-litre 16-valve, the Ford Mondeo 2-litre 16-valve and the Peugeot 406. But to make it even harder for the Primera, 2 premium priced cars were also included. The Audi A4 1.8 and the BMW 318i. The TÜV tests were primarily concerned with handling, steering, road holding, grip and viability, all the elements which go towards making a car enjoyable, satisfying as well as safe to drive. So, over 10 days of gruelling testing that was so thorough that even interior sound level readings were recorded and compared, how did the Primera perform against the competition? The answer? Rather well. In fact, let's not be modest. The Primera not only lived up to Nissan's expectations, but totally exceeded them. As a driver, you need to be sure of straight line stability and predictability with no unpleasant surprises. To check this, the cars were accelerated from 60 km an hour up to maximum speeds. And the result? Primera outperformed all but one of its competitors. Stability when cornering at high speed is also the mark of a true driver's car. Tests at TÜV measured this by driving each of the 6 vehicles in a fixed 40-metre radius circle at increasing speeds to see just how fast the car could corner before it started to break away. The superior grip of the Primera during cornering was demonstrated as it again outperformed all but one of its rivals. The car's cornering abilities were put to a further test on curved stretches of a bumpy track, a road surface unfortunately similar to the roads we often drive on today. The cars were driven to a point where the vehicle starts to leave the track. The Primera produced an excellent result here too, again outperforming all but one of its competitors. Because it can be a lifesaver, TÜV compared each vehicle's manoeuvrability in tests which simulated emergency lane changing on motorways at 50 miles an hour up to maximum speeds. Primera finished ahead of both Audi and BMW in 3rd place. During all tests, the steering and steering behaviour was assessed, measuring precision and feel. the Primera beat all but one of its competitors, including, once again, BMW and Audi. But one of the most challenging driving demonstrations of a car's overall handling, grip and manoeuvrability must be the slalom course. 7 cones spaced 20 metres apart, with each car having to drive between them at a constant speed, which is increased on every run until the car eventually loses grip and hits the cones. The results of this rigorous test show that none of the competition could match the Primera's combination of manoeuvrability, grip and handling, with the Primera completing the course faster than any of the other cars without mishap. A very creditable result, particularly up against such stiff competition as Audi and BMW. In fact, to summarise, against Mondeo, Peugeot and Vectra, the new Primera came first in 9 important tests, including engine response, high-speed cornering, manoeuvrability and cockpit layout. Primera also outperformed both Audi and BMW in 5 key areas: severe lane change behaviour, steering precision and feel, high-speed cornering, acceleration, and in the rigorous slalom test that we've just seen. As testimony to the drivability of the Primera, it beat the BMW 3 Series in 16 out of 22 tests. Well, I'm now going to see for myself why Tiff rated the Primera so highly as a driver's car by taking this 2-litre Primera out on the track. Because drivability is also about being comfortable with plenty of space and good visibility, Tiff also compared the 6 cars on these measures. They said that the Primera's passenger compartment offered an above average amount of space as compared to its competitors. Indeed, when judged on overall passenger occupancy, luggage space and accessibility, only the Audi A4 was able to beat the Primera. There's good visibility and controls just where you need them, easy to get at without taking your eyes off the road. In fact, Tiff found that of all the 6 vehicles, the Primera was the only one that gave the driver a complete view of the display instruments, warning lights and controls. And Tiff judged the Primera cockpit as having a more ergonomic layout than the BMW, Vectra, Mondeo and Peugeot. Right, time for a drive. Well, now I can see why Tiff have judged the new Primera such an impressive car on the road. The first thing you notice is just how smooth, quiet and comfortable that the ride is. Apparently Nissan have achieved this by reducing the friction in the suspension and using softer bushes. And the quietness is enhanced by the use of specially developed hydraulic engine mountings, while these double door seals further reduce the wind noise. All of this has combined to produce a car that Tiff said had a more comfortable ride than the Peugeot, the BMW, the Vectra and the Mondeo. And I have to agree, it is eerily quiet. The gear change is easy and positive, and there's good feedback between the road and the steering. And as you increase your speeds, that responsiveness gets better. You're in control and you feel in touch with the road. also impressive is this fuel-injected 2-litre 16-valve engine. It's smooth and responsive, characteristics I know shared by its 1.6-litre 16-valve brother. And now, for the first time, there's a 2-litre turbo diesel option as well. The grip and handling really are all Tuff say they are. And much of this is thanks to the new multi-link rear beam suspension, which keeps more of the tyre in contact with the road during cornering. I like it. I like it very much. Well, I've been driving the Primera for a fair few laps now, and you know what? It really is one of those cars that lives up to its promise. Nissan really have built a superb driver's car, a fact verified by Tuff against the major competition under the most stringent testing conditions imaginable. So don't sit there just listening to me, go and drive one for yourself. Right now, I'm off for a few more fun laps before that someone comes to prise the keys out of my hand.